Hello friends, welcome back. We're working on our little compiler called stuff because we don't have a better name for it. We're on day 4 now, and in the last video we worked on a little dependency tree. Started that. We started adding dependencies to get type information for setting a variable, and then we kind of teased the getting the type information for getting a variable as well. And I started that by adding a variable dependency. But I realized my video was getting a little long, so here we are. We're going to finish that up hopefully in this video and get something that starts to resemble a type inferring compiler. And I don't know how far we can get like this using the dependency tree. I tried to say in the last video a little bit. I don't exactly know that this is a great way to do it, or the right way, or even a way that will even work at all. But I think that we can get pretty far, and we can see what happens. But anyway, variable dependency. We're going to need some way to store the type information for variables, and everything's in a sort of a global scope right now. But it might be cool to go ahead and start tracking our scope, and once we start adding methods and stuff, we're going to basically have like a little stack of scopes, and we'll push and pop from that. For now, I guess let's see, maybe we do it as a instance variable. Yeah, say scope stack. That's a little bit of a weird name, but maybe that works. And then the scope stack has some variables like so. And this is the global scope, is just the first item in this stack. And we'll make a little helper here called scope, which returns scope stack.last. And we'll make another helper called variables, or vars, which returns scope vars. Okay, so we got our little helpers out of the way. No tests are failing. And again, I risk writing code without a failing test. So right now we're just going to get rid of that skip. And we're going to get rid of this test, which was just a smaller version of this one. And now we have a failing test to work towards. And so when we do this lassign, we need to set something in this vars hash. And the key of the hash is going to be the variable name for that scope. So I think we'll do something like this. Make sure we do it up here. Vars name is, the name of the variable is going to be the instruction itself. And this instruction is the set var. So what if we did a set var twice? We would actually want to save both of them, right? So maybe we do something. Maybe we make a helper for this. Set var instruction, and we need to move this down here. Set var vars. Oh, this will be name instruction. I forgot to actually pass in the name. And then name. If there's not an array already, then let's make an array, and then let's append to that the instruction. Okay. And so let's just look at what that, well, let's look at the whole scope stack just for funsies. Okay, so I really need a way to, let's do this. Let's not clear the screen. I think that'll help a little bit. And then it'll be down at the bottom. Yeah, that's better. That's better. So we'll just have to get used to looking down here. So what I was looking at is this scope stack, and that's starting to look kind of like what I would expect. So let's look at the scope, which is just the single item on that array. And let's pretty print that. That might help a little bit. So yeah, we have vars, and then the a var has a single array, or a single item in an array, And the item is the instruction called setVar. Perfect. That's exactly what I was hoping for. And now I think we have all that we need for this variable dependency. If we pass in the scope, is that right? Yeah, for now, when we have variables inside of a scope that you can see from an outer scope, or let's say that backwards. When you can see an outer scoped variable inside of an inner scope, this is not going to work. Okay, just forget I said that. I'm not going to worry about that right now. So let's pass in, let's go over to variable dependency, var dependency, and let's say that this takes a scope, and let's just print that scope here. Does that give us what we want? And we'll do fetch vars. I like to do fetch because it'll raise a little bit better error. Won't return nil if it doesn't exist. And then we know the name, so let's do fetch name. No, not name, symbol, name, instance variable. And that gives us this instruction. So now we have a dependency, so we can call let's see, dependencies. Again, I just need to come up, maybe I should call it deps. Dependencies, if dependencies size is 1, then return dependencies.first.type. Otherwise, raise a type error. Helpful message here. Helpful. Is that the same thing we wrote? Hey, we got passing tests. Dependency. Is that the same thing we wrote over here? Instruction. Yeah, that's what we wrote on this one. Is it weird that the instruction, this one, the instruction's responsible for getting the type? Over here, the variable dependency is responsible. Is that starting to mix up concerns a little bit? Possibly. Yeah, I don't know what to do about that because this can have multiple dependencies. I just realized another thing. Let me finish my thought. This can have multiple dependencies, so I want to check each of them essentially. But what if we set it twice? Okay, we need a failing test. Let me stop blabbering. It can infer type of assignment more than once or something like that. It can handle assignment more than once. I'm pretty sure this is going to break. So I want to see this break and then I want to fix it. So A is 1, A is 2. Why did I make those doubles? Must equal. So something like this. Push int 2 set var a. So we're just setting it twice, and I want to see that failing test. Why did that not fail? Oh, because this instruction only has a single dependency. Very good. Okay, so the actual error then is raises an error if the variable type changes. Okay, so if this changed to a string, I want this to raise an error. Must raise type error, and let's just see what the error is. Let's E. Okay, it did not raise an error because we don't have any logic for that. Okay, so there's a little bit of a problem. Let's think through this a little bit. I just did something weird. So set var name. What's happening with this set var? Let's focus this test. Is that not how you do that? Focus. There we go. Okay, we're going to focus that one test because I want to do some puts debugging here. And we're going to say p-vars name instruction. I should see this called twice. So here's the first time. It has the name and the instruction, and the vars hash is empty. Okay, it's called again. This time, okay, let's move this up. It'll help me explain a little bit better. So the vars hash is empty. Let's print the vars hash afterwards as well. Let's pretty print it. Okay, so the first time, oh, it didn't even add. Yes, it did. Good grief. I'm really struggling here. Okay, so we added it to this array. Okay, this is working. This is working. We're adding it. We have two dependencies. For the variable a, we have two dependencies. Well, then what's going wrong? So if I go to variable dependency, what does it look like if I print those? Nothing got printed. Why did nothing get printed? Is this even getting called? Fascinating. Okay, debugging time. What's going wrong here? The instruction dependencies size. Is this getting called? Push int, push stir. What about the set var? Oh. Okay, I think if I had an A here, then I would get something. Okay, this is starting to make a little more sense. Variable dependency. I was getting confused between getting a variable and setting the variable. Let's put all this back. Let's go back to our spec. Let's unfocus this. Okay, so this is failing, but not in an intuitive way. It doesn't fail until I retrieve the variable, and then it realizes, oh, I have two different types being set to this variable. So it'd be kind of cool. Maybe I'll save that for the next video. I think this is probably okay. Let's see, must raise type error, put Z, helpful message here. So, okay, I guess we could fix that real quick. Variable dependency. Just actually have two problems, right? Oh, okay. This one should not fail. This one should be okay. Okay. Can set a variable more than once. This is the test we wrote earlier, but I kind of had a little problem with it. A is 1, A is 2, and then retrieve A, push int 1, set var A, doop, doop, boop, 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 push int 2, set var A, push var. Okay, so this one is failing for the wrong reason. Okay, we're gonna fix that. Sorry guys, this video has gotten a little bit derailed, but we're gonna fix it. So the problem here is our dependencies is size 2, but that's not why we want it to fail. We want it to be let's see, types is dependencies.map type, types.unique. If types unique is equal to 1, then return types.first. Otherwise, raise an error. Oh, unique size. That'll help. Okay, and then this could be something like variable name was set with more than one type. I mean, that's like the dumbest message ever, but at least it's a little bit more helpful. Inspect types.unique. Okay, variable was set with more than one type, int and string. Okay. Actually, let's put that in there. Expect e.message must equal this message right here. And let's sort those just to make sure there's no funny business. Okay, that is great for this video. Went a little long, sorry about that. I had a little bit of a debugging problem, but I think this is starting to work. Let's go back to the compiler and just look at that real quick. The problem is we don't detect that the variable was set with more than one type until we look it up. So it'd be cool, maybe in the next video we'll work on detecting that at the time we set the variable. I don't think that would be impossible. I just need to think through that a little bit. Anyway, this video has already gone long. Hopefully they won't all be like this, but I feel like we made really good progress here. And I think this is worthy of a commit. Day 4. So look at that progress. Very cool. Thanks for hanging out. I'm having a lot of fun. I hope you are too, and I hope that you're following along. Hope that you'll come back for the next video, and that's a lot of hopes, but until then, I'll see you.